This is something that runs in their blood, and it will never stop. It will never stop. It is the way they are raised. It is their nature, and it will continue. There's nothing that will stop them until Biafra comes. Then they will stay on their own and do whatever they want to do. If they want to kill themselves, let them do that. But what we want is freedom. Freedom, that's all. Nothing more than peaceful life. Okay, that's that one. There was another incident that caught my attention yesterday. That was in Biafra land. Some task force people invaded the market, ran, destroyed what those people were selling. Not only did they destroy it, they destroyed the market. This was in Biafra land, and either it's somewhere in Enugu, or there were some political papers mounted around that was trying to get the names of those candidates, and that will tell you exactly where it happened. And I was looking at it, and what came to my mind is sheer wickedness of people who claim to be protecting you. Why will they go to the extent of destroying the market? They said they are disobeying the order of the governor, of the government. I have asked a question, and that question has not been answered, for people with common sense in Biafra land. People with common sense in Biafra land. Are you killing people intentionally, saying you are protecting them from coronavirus? How can you protect people from coronavirus? The people you are protecting have no light. They have no refrigerators. There's no way they can store perishable items. And you are closing their market. And to just, I don't know what, to just worsen the whole situation, you're telling them to stay indoors. How are they going to feed themselves? How are they going to feed their children? You are not applying the same principles in a developed world, in an undeveloped world, underdeveloped. Those people telling you to stay indoors in the Western world have their refrigerators, have electricity working 24/7, non-stop. The poorest person in the Western world has a refrigerator, but not in the zoo, not in Biafra land. They make soup every day. How are those people going to eat and be healthy to ward off diseases? And you are walking around destroying their market. How are they going to get what to eat? It is, let somebody give me answer to that. And then you will wage war and use it as an excuse and execute them in public, fully dressed in riot and war gear, killing people in Biafra land. And our governors are worsening the whole thing. Common sense. If I'm to be a governor, you ask me to, I will tell you no. Only those selling foodstuff should go out and get it. You get it an hour or two, you're gone. Not to blanketly tell everybody stay indoors. You want all of them to die. And not only that, you give order, destroy the market. That is sheer wickedness. And then in the north, they are trading, doing everything they want to do, feeding their people. In Lagos, is the market not functioning? Why is it in Biafra land that you will apply such a deadly rule? Then listen to this. When you descend on Biafrans killing them, this is the same people. The same people. You wonder what's going through our mind. And the funniest one is, let me read this before the women come on the air. Angry soldiers invade NEPA office, flog manager mercilessly over poor power supply. Power is supplied 5 hours a day, and they said it's less expectation. Why do you need the power? You're getting and you're flogging. Our leader will be on the air tomorrow, 7 p.m. Biafra time. He'll be on the air. Don't miss the broadcast. I have a lot of things to say, but I'm guarded until the women program ends. Then we say what we want to say. Another one that made me laugh is federal government to declare war with Ipob as USA forced World Bank to remove Nigeria from her 1.9 billion COVID-19 stimulus. You're already at war. You've been at war with Ipob. So which other war are you talking about? Regardless, who cares? For all those killing Biafrans, destroying their markets, shame on you. Because as you are destroying your own people and whatever they have, you are making them poorer. They are receiving 5,000 naira every month in Arewa land. Did you know that? They have been receiving that money 5 years ago and till present. And here you are championing the policies of your killers. Good morning, our ladies. Welcome.
Good morning, Mazi.
Over to you.
Yeah, Mazi, I'm going to add my sisters on the line.
Go ahead. Yeah, let me know when you're ready. So that is the way it is. They have been sharing money. The resources in your land is what they are benefiting from. And then the poorest person gets 5,000 naira.
Mazi Alozie, good morning.
Good morning. You are ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm muting myself out. Okay.
Okay, now.
All right. Yeah, I'll put in my 2 cents word before when they fully start talking. Let me use that few seconds. There. Well, let me know. I just don't want to.
Okay, I will. I'll let you know.
Okay. So my question is, why are they getting 5,000 naira every month? And then they are here punishing you. And you're not seeing it. Our people are foolish. Our people are foolish. They come and ask you, why are you outside selling? Why won't they sell? Why won't they feed themselves? If it's a different activity that they're engaging upon, yes, yeah, I can see that.
Mazi Alozie, I have 3 of my sisters on the line, and we're ready to start.
Okay, then go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good morning, my sisters. Good morning, Mazi Alozie. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and good night to all of you fellow Biafrans, friends of Biafra, lovers of freedom, listeners of Radio Biafra and IPOB worldwide. My name is Dr. Tina. We're coming to you this morning from the United States of America on Radio Biafra USA. It is transmitting through Radio Biafra London, anchored by our Deputy Leader, Mazi Chukwuemeka. And our leader, Onyendu, the director of Radio Biafra, is King Mekano. We owe these 2 men gratitude and loyalty, and also owe gratitude to the leadership of IPOB worldwide. We also thank our radio personnel, especially the special emperor who allows us on this platform every Saturday morning. Mazi Alozie, thank you so very much. We want to welcome all of you to the broadcast this morning. I have 3 of my sisters joining me this morning. So I'm going to ask one of them to pray. And after we pray, they will introduce themselves and we will go straight ahead into our program. We have 2 or 3 topics to discuss with you, Biafrans, this morning, and we want you to please come close to the radio so we can get started. Sister Victoria, can you lead us in prayer this morning, please?
All right. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you and we bless you, Lord. All power, all might, all majesty, all glory belongs to you. Father, Lord, we thank you because you've given us life up till now. We are not better than many who are no longer in the land of the living or many who are struggling for their life. Father, you still give us that breath of life. We want to say thank you. And this morning, oh God, we are here as your instrument. We are here, oh God, that you will speak to us, to your people. We pray, oh God, that you're going to circumcise every heart and every ear. Father, when we say one word, oh God, let it be multiplied in their ears and their hearts, that everybody may receive wisdom on how we can support Biafra together. And Father, Lord, we pray that everyone, oh God, who is not hearing our message, Lord, that you also help them to hear. You know how you can pass messages to those who doesn't hear or who don't have access. Father, let every one of us, oh God, be in one accord as we work together for Biafra. And Father, let every stronghold holding Biafra down, let them fall out. Every stronghold that said Biafra will not stand, may they not stand. Father, all their conference table, oh God, will turn it upside down. I will say, oh God, you put enmity in their midst, even as you set Biafra free. Thank you for this morning. This is another day. Speak to us, speak through us to your people. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you so much, my sister. As I already expressed, we have two other sisters, including Sister Victoria this morning. Sisters, would you please introduce yourself, Sister Christy?
Good morning.
Okay, this is
good morning, everyone. My name remains the same, Christy. Welcome.
Thank you, Sister. Sister Anne?
Good day, everybody. My name is Akonde Ugumba. I'm from Imo province. Where province, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Let's start with our first topic this morning. We have a topic that has been trending for so many weeks already, and our leader is truly concerned about our people in Biafra land, and we are very concerned for our people in Biafra land. And I know this for sure, our people in Biafra land are concerned about us in diaspora, because every day they hear about how many people who have died in the United States, in Italy, in London, all over, in China, all over the world. And we, Biafrans, we are all over the world. And so our people in Biafra land and everywhere else in Africa are very concerned about us in diaspora. And the same concern goes from us in diaspora to them in Biafra. And that's why this topic is on our minds this morning. And we want to discuss it because we have experts among us, and that's why we said we have to bring the experts back in and make sure to ask them questions and contribute what we can to the well-being of our people. The issue is, what else can we do about the prevention of coronavirus among us? This thing is deadly, it's killing people, it's rampaging the world, and we have experts who work in the medical field who are with us this morning, who will start us off on this issue and discuss some of the things that they have now learned, because as this thing goes on, we learn more and more and more. And to add to the body of work or study that they're doing as they treat this illness, my sister Victoria, will lead us in discussing this and helping our people to prevent the occurrence of this disease among us. Sister Victoria, would you please start us off this morning?
Thank you, my sister, for the privilege. And I want to say thank you to our leader, Mazi Chukwuemeka, and his deputy, HMF4, and IPOB leader worldwide, and the wonderful opportunity that is given to us through Mazi Alozie. I'm thanking each and every one of us here. I want to say that, of the truth, I'm not really an expert, but I have some knowledge about the issues that are going on. The issue of coronavirus. Is it coronavirus or coronavirus or coronavirus? I don't know whichever one. But this coronavirus issue is a problem. Because right now there are so many voices coming up, talking about this virus. What are our people going to do? If all their predictions about this coronavirus is true, Africa, I don't know where we will be going. Because unfortunately, we don't have people who stand up for us down there. We don't have people who can speak for the voiceless. And the kind of prevention that is going on internationally, there is nothing like that in Africa. So what are we going to do? Is this for real or is it not? So just like recapping what we said last week, let us continue to practice the social norms at this time. Hand washing, very, very important. Do your hand washing. Social distancing, very, very important. Make sure that you don't come close together. I know that we Africans, we find it difficult to really stay that apart from each other. But at this time, we are going to learn it. We have to make up our minds and find out how we can make that happen. We just have to stay away from each other. People coughing around you, people sneezing around you. You don't know, we don't think that anybody has suffered flu in Africa. We don't know what that is. So we don't know the difference now. Okay, maybe flu, it may be this virus we are talking about. So we are just trying to recap this again, that you maintain your hand washing, maintain your social distancing. It's hard for us to practice, but let us start from where we know. Let us start from just trying to discipline your own self. And then they say stay home. I know that we have activities. We socialize ourselves. Unlike people in the Western world where they have television, they have little children have their gadgets, they have the computers, everybody is busy with something. Back home in South Africa, you don't even have electricity. You don't even have electricity. You don't have no running water except you go and buy, either from well water or the borehole water. You don't have those things. So therefore, you don't have the things that can keep you at home. But you have to try. Yes, in fact, I look at the situation as now somebody being between a hard thing and a rock. This is something hard, and this is a rock, and you're in between. You turn this way, it doesn't work. You turn the other way, it doesn't work. But what are you going to do? Well, you have to make a choice. And the choice is to whatever you lay your hands on within your area. Anything that you can have now. If God said that you're not going to die, you will not die. Hang on to it until this situation passes by. We know that it's surely going to pass by. And also, above all, you have to be prayerful. I know that unfortunately these days, many people believe that there's no need to worship God. I hope you're not one of them, because I don't know what Africa will do without God. I just don't know what that continent will ever do. Because we have oppressors and suppressors, both inside and outside. So what you're going to do is, as you stay home, I have had so many people complaining, how can you tell us to stay home and there is no light? Everybody is sweating inside. How can we do that? Well, see how you can stay within your own compound. See how you can get something within your environment. But I don't know what else I'm going to suggest for you in that area. You know how you're going to manage it because of this lockdown going on everywhere. Now, with that said, about how we can help ourselves, something else I just remembered now, people are talking about this mask. Yes. Talking about this mask to cover your noses. Well, you don't need to do that. If you have a clean handkerchief, if you have a clean wrapper, a clean clothes, just use it to cover your nose in case you have to go out in the public. Because that is bringing us to another topic now, under this same topic, under this umbrella. We're talking about coronavirus. And all hands are pointing on China as the place where it started. The history of this virus is that when it started, the doctor noticed something about that virus, and the doctor wanted to talk about it, and the Chinese government said, no, you don't have to make it open. Unfortunately, that doctor that cured it first, that doctor also has passed away. Now, this virus has gone from China to most parts of the world. I would say most parts of the world. It's not all over the world, because there are some areas in China that did not get any death incidents of this virus. So what does that mean? You go to something like Italy, people are falling like leaves. Is this a virus that is killing people this way? And you turn the other hand in the Spanish area, people are falling like leaves. You come to the United States of America, people are falling like leaves. You go to Europe, people are falling, people are dying. And the experience, you not see the experience of people who are dying is very painful because the very life is being sucked out of them. Oxygen is being sucked out of them. What kind of virus is this? And now they're pointing about certain areas, like Russia. It's close to them over there. It doesn't have it. You talk about North Korea. No, only one case where they killed that one off right away. In Africa, there isn't so much cases at this time, except that there's a prediction that is going to kill a lot of people in Africa. Is it man-made or is it really something that just happened? One thing is for sure, God knows about it, and God has the whole answer, and He knows every secret. Now, China is trying to become world power. We will not say has become. It's trying to become world power. After they have introduced this situation, this condition, most countries of the world, their economic system has turned upside down. Most countries of the world, nothing is working anymore. Now, China is back to action. China is producing the mask for the entire world. China has gone back to business. And is it a real good business? One thing I know about we Africans is that we love fanciful things. Fanciful, we love it. And therefore they know how to get us. They give us those fanciful things and then they say goodbye, rest in peace. We don't have anybody who is going to test all those masks that they are sending to Nigeria. And I know there is to get to Biafra land. Nobody is going to test it to see if it's a good one. We'll find out that countries like Netherlands got those supplies. China is now supplying the entire world with those masks and all that equipment, respirators that is needed for a time like this. They are now building them and supply. Their market is booming and everybody else is crying. All those countries, they tested the mask and they found out that it still contains particles of the same condition they call coronavirus. Like I said, whether it's coronavirus or coronavirus or what, coronavirus, whatever it is, they know. It still contains the particles and they returned it. And now there's an issue in the United States here where they are also returning those masks coming from China. Something is wrong with it, but they brought it and dumped it in Nigeria, these two countries, and they accepted it. Do you see that something is happening? All them in Asu Rock that said that we will not stand, they are the one getting it. Nemesis is catching up with them. But they are not happy unless those people who are struggling for their life also die along the line. And that is why we are bringing this to you. Those of you that love those fanciful things from China, I think it is time that we begin to focus on ourselves, on how to manage ourselves. Some people are now using clean clothes to make some masks for themselves if they must put on masks. Leave those things. We are talking about this virus, whatever it is. Let's not add to it. If it has not come to you, I don't know, however, because the prediction is there's going to be a lot of casualties in Africa, and we say no as long as our God, Chukwuemeka, lives. Because if it happened the way they are talking about it, Italy is going to be better than Africa. Because the people are going to die like crazy. Think about when something like that gets to a place like Lagos, you get to a place like Aba, you get to a place like Port Harcourt, all those busy areas. How are people going to survive? No, those predictions are coming, but we reject those predictions. You have to take care of yourself and your family. Whatever you can lay hands on it. But don't go reusing tissue paper that other people has used. Don't go borrow mask. When somebody drop a mask and you pick it up and put back on yourself, because this is not a time for looking. This is not a time at all. Because there is something going on. And I know also they're talking about this 5G network. There is a lot of talk that this is radiation going on. The whole world is being electrified. Because like I'm saying, we love fanciful things. Before they launch it in the Western world, where so many bourgeoisies in Nigeria are already getting it. And when they are getting it, they are spreading it. Somebody in Europe said, or London, says that this is a death switch. Let us stay away from everything China. That is very, very important. Stay away from everything coming from China. When you see them bring all those fanciful things and they want to sell it to you, please reject it. They are trying to become world fire by thunder by fire. They want to become world power. And they are not going to use Africa to become one. And also, let's not forget this. They're talking about immunization. Come on, let's talk about this. This coronavirus doesn't have any treatment so far they have seen to be successful. All they are doing is trying. They are just trying to find out what can work. I know that the report we got from Nigeria is that some people already dying of chloroquine overdose. But then Bill Gates, the chief of Microsoft, is trying to bring a vaccine. This is another level of this coronavirus, a vaccine they want to put on people. Now, God has been sending people to call on you, Africa. You don't have a leader. You have to lead yourself and your family. Don't be there and allow them to give it to your children. Do not accept it. That is what we are saying. Do not accept it for yourself. Do not accept it for your children, whether it is free or it comes with a money tag. That if you accept it, you're going to get a bag of rice. You accept it, you're going to get 2,000 naira. Do not accept it because you are going to be digitalized. You are going to be nothing less than this computer that you're using, your cell phone. It is not a vaccine. This is something else that we may talk about in the time to come. But the bottom line this morning is do not accept the vaccine, whether it is the government of the zoo that bring it to you, whether it is the world government, whether it is World Health Organization, and they say this is coronavirus vaccine, and they're bringing it to you. Do not accept it. Hunger is doing the best it can at this time. We don't need to add more death to it. Because with this digitalization of human beings is going to be more deadly for people who are already dying of hunger. You cannot get to your farms. You cannot come outside. You cannot do little things that you do to survive. Whatever you do, you don't accept the vaccine. I'm going to stop here so far because maybe as the time goes on, we begin to understand more about this. Don't forget to practice the little protocols that you're going to use to protect yourself. Don't forget not to use all those fanciful things that they bring from China or any part of the world. China is very funny. They can change the address of where they are bringing it to another part of the world so you can get it. Stop buying those fanciful things. Let us stop, watch, and think. And finally, at this time, do not accept the vaccine they are bringing to you. It is not vaccine. The more information comes on that, we will let you know what is coming so that you can be prepared. Thank you, Dr. Sena.
Thank you so much, Sister. Sister Ann, please tell me again your Igbo name that you would like us to refer you as, and then we would like you to address Biafrans because I know also that you do work in the medical field.
Yes, Akunne.
Thank you, Sister Akunne. Please proceed and add your voice to this topic. Go right ahead, Sister Akunne. You're not quite ready, Sister Christy? Would you please?
Hello, dear friends all over the world. May God bless all of us this morning. I am not in the medical field, but the little I know about hygiene is what I'm going to share with you people this morning. But before that, there is nothing that God cannot do. This, our generation, I believe we have really deviated from how we grew up to see our parents, the way they take us through their daily livelihood, you know. We are chasing money here and there. I know things are very tough this generation or at this time. That's why most of us, we have really forgotten God. It is not by our might, nor by our power that we are going to overcome this coronavirus. According to the book of Zechariah, chapter 4, verse 6. Without God, we cannot do it. In the first place, God is not a wicked God. Some people say God is the one that brought this virus. Some say it's not God. I am not a scientist, but from I guess God said we should use our wisdom to live life. From the wisdom I have concerning this, I would say this is a man-made virus. First thing to note is that viruses does not that is multiply without having a body, a living thing, until it is become a body. That is, virus does not develop on its own. It is man-made. With my little knowledge of biology, it is not a thing that can just happen like that, except somebody produced it and give it a body, then give it to a body, then they put it into a body, then the virus will develop from that body. I would tell us that we should go back to the normal way of our cleanliness. Make sure you wash your hands. Because if we keep on talking, we are going to repeatedly say exactly what we are going to say about this thing till Jesus comes. Wash your hands. Keep your environment clean. Like I said last week, when you go out with the clothes you wear out, come back, remove it from your bathroom and just dump it and where you're going to wash it. So wash your hands. As many times as you can. If you touch a surface in your house, it's your house. Wash your hands. Let us do the rest. Let us do what we can and leave the rest to God. Like I said, it is not by our might, not by our power. We can go back to the Bible. You see, when the plague came in the land of Egypt, ask Moses to tell his children to place the mark of Christ. That's the blood. That's the language they killed them to use on the book of the children of Israel was the shadow of Jesus to come. So I would not want to deviate, but if I'm not proud to talk about God, who am I going to talk about? You know, this generation, people hate you to talk about God. Even our brothers and sisters here and back home, a lot of people want to talk about Christ or talk about God. They'll be so angry. Why are you talking about it? Ask them, where do you want us to go? They will say, God. Not see God. You tell me to go and worship one stick or one small thing like that and say you call God. I'm not going to do that with you. So a lot of us, we have really totally deviated. Most of us will say the white man brought the religion, but it's a lie. We had the religion. We had it. It is our own property. The white man came and took it and they modernized it and whatever thing they want. It is our own. We have the God. So let's go back to the word of God. Let us not do it by ourselves. Wash your hands. Like most people that are dying, they are very clean people, very rich people. If we are talking about washing hands, are we going to say those big people that are dying, they don't wash their hands? They live in mansions. They live in a very clean place. They have cooks. They have cooked everything. Is, clean 2-4-7. All I'm going to tell us, I don't want to sound as if I want to preach here, is let us go back to our God. Let us go back to God. Wash your hands. Do what the government asks you to do, because that's the best they can do. They are human. Even the government too, they are all terrified. They are all that is afraid. They are afraid of their lives because this man-made poison that they push it in the air, like that my sister talked about it. It sucks out of oxygen from your body. But then how can I even, that is confirm that. I'm not a scientist. We are just saying things. We don't really know yet. We are just talking. Like you say, the more we know, we'll talk about it with you guys. My people back home, please listen. Wash your hands. Wash your clothes. Clean your houses. Clean your windows. Those dust, anything that is in your house. Like in the morning, I told us last time, early in the morning, I'll go downstairs, make sure I use all the things that have 99% that kills that is bacteria and viruses or whatever. I'll clean my dust the best I can. As I'm dusting and thank God, I'm doing just the best I can. So you too, you can do it. If you're in a bus, because back home, most people don't have car. If you are in a bus, you want to enter the bus. There's nothing wrong in you picking. I don't mind. You can wear any clothes that you don't really like again. If you come back home, you can throw it away. Or you wear something that is sit with people. Instead, if you have the money, you can pay for 2 seats so that you sit alone. Don't be afraid or ashamed to wear gloves if you are going out. If you have it, if you don't have it anywhere, you go just look for water, wash your hands immediately. Because I'm told, I'm not a scientist, I am not a nurse, but I'm told that bacteria lives in your hands if you have it around 10-15 minutes. So, like I still say, we all leave it to God. What if the bus you are embarking on, where you are embarking to, you are going to somewhere that will take you maybe 2 hours, or 30 minutes, or 50 minutes, or call it 30 minutes, and the virus is in your hands for 15 minutes. So between your distance to where you are going and where you are not going, the virus will start, causing damage. So that's why we have to live our life to God. We pray, and to God do the rest. You can carry your hand sanitizer in your pocket. Every 15 minutes, you put it on. Like back here, we went to share food for children in schools, because the government is the school. Like I said before, let us do what we I think we have to do is clean your environment, do what you are asked to do. In this corona stuff, a lot of people are accusing each other. This one said this, this one said that, this one said this. But it's only God that knows the source. But once 2 or 3 people point a finger towards a place, know that that place is guilty. The Chinese people, please, that are in your country, that zoo, they have a Chinese village where you people go to buy stuff. They have Chinese market. Please, I will ask all my people to desist from going there. Don't go there again. Don't patronize the Chinese people. We, the Igbo people, we are more than the Chinese people. We produce stuff. We can start our production. Please, my Igbo brothers and sisters, go back to who we are. Do our production. We can produce our first mask. You can do it. I know us. We can do it. Produce them. And don't sell them too high so that your brother or your sister around there, they can buy it. My sister produces her own. She took it to custom office and dashed to people. It's very easy to do. We can produce our own. We can produce our hand sanitizers. Let us not buy from the Chinese people again. Like that, my sister said, we have read enough. If we want to go, I know a lot of you read stuff on Facebook, and a lot of you read a lot. Now the world has become a global village where you can see a lot of stuff. I know what we are telling you guys here, most of it you have heard, you have seen it by yourself, you have read them, so that we will not keep on repeating what you have seen already, but all we are saying is that please do the needful according to our deputy leader, Mazi Chukwuemeka. is always saying do the needful. Do what you are asked to do. Produce your own hand sanitizer. Produce your own facial mask. Let us do this together. We are in this together. We are here. We are not telling you guys that you don't know all this. We are just here to make people know that we love you. We are in this together. We have not forgotten you guys because you are back there. I know the suffering there is too much. No money, no nothing. Yet they have locked people in. Please, if you have too much Gary, you can go to your brother and say, brother, if you have beans, take Gary and give me that is beans. Let us do that trade by barter now. Love each other. But do it with, be very cautious, very, very cautious before you do that. Make sure that your brother is not coughing. Keep a social distancing. It's very, very important. I know it's not very easy, but the most easiest thing for you to do is to cover your nose, even if you stand close to somebody that not actually 6 feet, but just cover your nose and interact with somebody. After that, wash your hands. In this matter, everybody is a suspect. You don't know who carries it. We have heavy carriers, we have people that carries it, but you wouldn't know them. So in this very time, don't say that's my best friend. He can never carry it. No, suspect your best friend. Your best friend will suspect you too until we go through this together. I want to end by telling my people in my dialect, because I wanted to really be coming to this very radio program. I know I was one of those that started this radio program too. I wanted to be talking in a Ipob language, but I don't know. But let me just say this to my people. At least 10, 20, 30 million. Mazi Chukwuemeka and Sida Igbo Ipob. After you can know Parawa. Para is talk for the Iran boys who say you can come in with them. You go in boys who can me because boys who can me them a cook. A cook who can make you and a car cook make a car. And it's not you for it. Abu Yadi come in and poke and pause of an imbo. Don't tell it. It don't cook for. A key work I am for unnecessarily. It don't cook for. Maybe on what beyond about. A penny and caddy, men know when me bobbing. A penny a beat, a permanent bomb, a bomb confer. Anyway, band, Terry on a coupon. Only a special master for Giresito, Kakajamusum Menafon. Panna, many table people, I'm in a way. Who told over cementiment, who come over in so either necessary if you come over, hello, afro, either in Corada and American border. He might gana the red sea, my gana in Yam, a coming Yamida and Kanko, Yai Koidara, Darandito, Israel, Koidara, across the red sea that can Kanko, Mbong Tekan. Can make any to book a new no time come making, carrying near market. A title to win your Basaja Menifro. If a title talking time about a name for a cattle was Zachariah. 4. Igbo now, Igbo chocolate, a title coat, a mighty courier could serve at your time. A king named the crab, I say, I'm an ago, Aka and Kanko. I ride of Biafra land. And did your mamma and be Marama? I ride of. In my mouth, who don't want to cover it. Are they with and poor also? Don't make about to come also. And did your Adam? But it's another. And I can't see about it. Because I did see that at a second. A common about it. There are no time coming for. Taking women from the same time. Take a Mabonekina. I'm along with my people, Biafrans all over the world. That is the little I can say concerning this. May the Lord God give us the strength and power to know that He is the only one that can scale us through this. In Christ's name. That's it.
Thank you so much, Pastor Christy. Thank you especially for speaking to the our people in Akwa Ibom, so that if you don't understand our English, if you don't understand what we're trying to express in our American English, we can certainly speak to you in other languages in Biafra land. Ndị ọlụ maka na nwa afọ ọlụ, ndị ọlụ ụnụ ma ihe dị anyị mkpa wụ ndụ ka, because anyị na-ekwu na ndụ ka akụ, maka na ndụ ka akụ onye ọbụla ga-ejisi ike gbapụtagodo onwe ya n'ụbọchị nke taa, because ihe a na-ekwu okwu ewu coronavirus. Enwedị onye ọsọ dị okenye, ọsọ dị nwata. Biko ndị ọlụ niile, ndị niile unu nọ na obodo oyibo ma nọ n'ala Igbo, biko kwenye sefugadi ya na onwe unu, sefugadi ya na ụmụ unu, ụmụaka mekwere ha na-apụ eje ebe ọbụla asọrọ ha pụọ, kpasa aka ebe a ha pụọ, ha kpasa onye nke aka ha kpọpụọ, ha emeghe onye nke this one. Biko demere ụmụnne n'ụlọ, demere ndị okenye n'ụlọ. Onye bata ọsa ahụ ya, onye bata ọkwa aka, unu eshiri ka unu na-eri n'ụlọ unu. Onye ụlọ n'ụzọ jezoro iri, chine ya na-azụ ihe esiri eshi ma ọ na ya na-azụ ihe emejiri emeji, lọta n'ụlọ bịa rie. Biko unu shie n'iri ka unu shie n'iri ka unu eshighe, maka ihe ọbụla ọkụ dị ọkụ coronavirus a na-asọvaịvụ n'ime. Onye ọbụla bata n'ime ụlọ ya oshi nri ka eshizie ya ọfụma, nye ụmụ ya, nye di ya, nye di na nwunye rie, ka ọnụ nwee ike iruru anyị echile. Concern anyị maka ọnụ. Like our people say, it is the love of Biafra that drives us. The love of Biafra drives us. We are doing all these things, coming up on the air, talking, preaching, because of the love of Biafra. Nothing else drives us. Nothing else. We're not experts in too many things, but because of the love of the people of Biafra, we must come on the air and speak. We have many nurses and many doctors among us. And one of the things that I do regularly with my family is to pray. Pray for the nurses, pray for the doctors, because Biafrans all over the world are doctors and nurses. And we want to make sure that every one of them who is working at the front line of this disease survives it and comes through without infecting herself or without infecting herself or her family. And I know personally my sisters here in Texas who are nurses and doctors, and I am praying for my sisters daily. And sometimes I make them check in. Give me a thumbs up if you're still okay, if everything is working for you out there, if you're still safe. And they all respond, thumbs up, we're good. And I thank God. Like my sister, Pastor Christy, has just finished saying, we must beseech God at this point, because God is the only one who can save us from this pestilence. I personally made 6 masks. After last weekend's broadcast, I went to my dining room table and laid out plot and made 6 masks, one for myself and one for each of my children, and make sure that they wear it when they go outside, because there is something that says there is a tirade that say that one of the best ways to stop the virus is by wearing a face mask when you're out. And when you're going about your business, put a face mask on. You might look ridiculous. People might think, oh, now you're looking like whatever. Do not mind what people say. It doesn't matter what people say at this point, because we have to safeguard our lives. We have to safeguard our lives. But this lockdown that Biafrans are doing because of coronavirus, think about it. Is coronavirus a training for tomorrow? Is it a training for us? Is it to bring our minds back to what we should really be doing? Pastor Christie said we must go back to God. We had our religion. We know Chukwuemeka Alozie. That's why we answer Ikechukwu. This is God. Our strength comes from God. That's why we answer Chinedu. We follow God. God leads us. That's why we answer Eberechukwu. God is merciful to us. Who taught our fathers these things? Certainly not an Englishman. Certainly not an Italian man. Certainly not a Frenchman. Our people know God. Our people already know God. We know Chukwuemeka Alozie. We're the people who were originally born of God. Think of the Israelites. This is how God led our forefathers by the hand and planted them in that land where they live now. How can we now come up and say we don't know God? Is that possible? That is not possible at all, my brothers and sisters. So let's go back and beseech our God, Chukwuemeka Alozie, and He will certainly hear us because He's merciful. Eberechukwu. So please make your own masks. Is a few stitches, and you have made a mask that is comfortable for you. We have cloths, all kinds of different materials that we can make our face masks with in our houses. Those things that take a few minutes to do should not be a distraction in this particular time. It will take us just a few minutes to stitch masks for our family members and put them on every time we're out in public. When you're taking a public transport, you have your mask on. If you have gloves, you can make gloves, something that you can fit into in your hands, so that when you grab something, you're holding it with a glove until you get home and take off the glove and wash your hands, and then you're safer. We continue to think that there might be training. Toughen ourselves because we have become very, very laissez-faire in our ways of life. We have become very materialistic in our thinking. Materialistic, just anything we see, we do. We don't think deeply about anything anymore. This is time to sit down and really think who we are and what we can do. This might be training for another time, my people. I'm trying to tell us. This might be training for another time. Let's make sure that we're thinking through this, taking care of ourselves. Let's start growing our own food. With everything we eat nowadays, we buy from the market, and we know who we're buying it from. We're buying it from our enemies. The Fulanis have filled our land and selling us their onions and their tomatoes. How come we cannot plant tomatoes in our garden anymore, dear friends? How come we do not have onions in our gardens anymore? What happened to the garden around your houses? Where is your yam? Where is your cocoa yam? Where is your, I don't know what they call this other one in English, onana. Where is your onana? Where are your vegetable, leafy vegetables that you use to make soups and make pepper soups and things? Where are they? Our mothers and our fathers did this. How can we buy everything we eat in our house anymore? This is really discouraging. Sometimes when I think about it, it's really discouraging to me. In the United States, we have gardens in our houses too. In Houston, Texas, in Dallas, Texas, we plant gardens in our yards. How come in Igbo land we don't have gardens around our homes anymore? Where are our yam that can, tuber of yam that can feed a whole family? And we used to have a barn full of yams and cocoa yams, and the one that I call on that I don't know anything to call it in English. Used to be full, our barns used to be full of these things. What have our lives come to, Biafrans? What's going on? We have to plant our own food. We have to prepare our own selves. The enemies are coming, Biafrans. This time, the enemy of the world is coronavirus. The enemy is coming for Biafrans. They don't want to let us go. Do we not know this? Biafrans, let's wake up. Let's start planting food because it's going to be very, very useful for us from this point on. Let's never deviate from this tradition anymore. Because the more we deviate from our traditions, the worse our enemies have us in their own hands and in their back pockets. Stop acting like conquered people. We're not conquered. Let's wake up. Coronavirus is trying to wake us up. Please, my brothers and sisters, please, moms and dads, back home in Biafra land, please help us. We have no other hope but you. You are the only hope we have. You do not do what is needed.
Excuse me.
Please chime in.
Yes, the yam you are referring to, Honor, is called the three-leaf yam. That's the English name, three-leaf yam.
Say it again, please. I'm going to write this one down.
Three leaves, because the leaves are three. They come lots like club.
Yam is on the nine. Yes.
Three-leaf yam.
Three-leaf yam.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You learned the people. Thank you, Mazi Alozie. Very good. Three-leaf yam. That's the one. It used to be very soft, and children sometimes will prefer to eat that because when moms cook it, they cook it and it makes it very soft. And when it's soft, the children might prefer to eat that one than the yam that is a little harder, and the texture of the yam might be a little harder for children to chew. The three-leaf yam is a good thing and that one it grows quickly. You don't have to tend it too much. It does so well in our soil. Please, 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 my people, let's grow our own food. Let's make sure that we can eat what we grow. Because when the enemies come, as they are poisoning us already with their food, now the Chinese people and other people are bringing a mask that we can put on our face and probably die from it. Let's stop depending on what other people can give us. We are creative. We can sow. There are seamstresses and tailors in Biafra land who can make anything. Why can't we start sewing our own masks? You with needle and thread stitch 6 masks last weekend for my family. Every mom can sew in Biafra land. Please, let's start working with our hands because God will bless us. God will bless us. Let's work with our hands. Let's move on this morning to the next topic. Is Sister Kunne now on the platform to join and say something about this coronavirus prevention? If she's on to help us with that topic, we'll let her speak. Otherwise, Sister Kunne will move to the second topic, and when you get ready, you can join us at any point. And what are the intentions of these Biafrans who are giving the zoo, Nigeria, billions and millions of naira to combat this pandemic? What is their intention? What are these people trying to say? What are they trying to do? Are they working with our enemies again? Biafrans, do we have saboteurs among us again? What are people? Are we not hearing? This is really totally out of hand. The Biafrans are taking their hard-earned money and giving to the zoo to combat the pandemic. This is crazy. And I heard some people make comments on the radio, and this morning, Sister Christy, please, if you're on with us, Pastor Christy, please lend your voice to this because this is totally crazy.
Hello, dear friends, all over the world. Again, I just want to add my voice to this. At this point in time, I think we should all go back to God. I will keep on insisting on this because even with this ravaging power of corona, whatever thing they call it, because I hate to call it, I hate to give it a precious name. They give it a crown. The devil manufacture things and put in the air and kill what God created in his own image. And the devil give it a name, and we are going about dancing with the name, making fun with the name, giving the name, glorify the name. Because you see the way people are doing things with corona, dancing and giving corona a very big distance, it pains my heart. I've never seen people coming out and dancing and glorifying the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord, like this. I've never. And our people are really doing it I don't know, I don't want to blame anybody at this time. I want to forgive even the person, though I don't have people in my heart, but this is the time for us to forgive one another. This is the time for us to come together. This is the time, this is a warning. Look, when things happen and God just keep quiet, it does not mean that he has not heard us. He said before we call him, he has answered us already. Before we even open our mouth to speak, he has heard us. God is hearing our prayers, but he wants to see our attitude towards the prayers. He wants to see how we are going to act. Talking is not in the acting. Some people can talk, but they don't act. Some people are good talkers, but when it comes to action, they cannot. I can come out now, God forgive me, and start praying and talk about this. I love my brothers and sisters. But do I act according to the prayers I've just asked that is prayed? Those that are sending money to the infidels to use the money and kill them again, they have just finished praying, Dr. Tina. They have just finished praying in their closet. They are pretending that they love God. They are pretending that they love their neighbor as themselves. They are pretending that they love their sisters. Because if they really love Biafrans, because they are Biafrans, our Biafran brothers and sisters are donating money to Nigerians. So they will use that same money and destroy them. Use that same money and turn around and rape their brothers and their sisters. Most of the household men are paying money to our young men and sleeping with them for Christ's sake. I don't want to. Because of lack of money, because of food, because of that is connection, which they have disconnected us from what we used to be with the Biafrans. I still remember 20, 30 years ago, who can point his hand at an Ipob man when it comes to merchandising? Now they've cut everything concerning us. They have a dry seaport in the north. There is nothing they don't have. The bunker where they have all the guns and all the ammunition is in the north. They've taken everything, rendered our young men useless, because I want to say this, young men and women back home, you want to be useless. You know why I'm saying that? Because I seated here, I'm not ashamed to sell granola. I'm not ashamed to sell banana. There was a time at home Christiana, used to sell a supermarket. I had a supermarket in front of my church. I put them together. I sell everything sellable. They were saying, how can she sell a supermarket? I said, look at these people. People want to be big when God has not made you big. Even if you are big, you bring yourself down, God will make you big, even bigger. Young men at home, stop doing that which you are doing. Don't allow the infidel to pay you money in their stupid mouth. You go and bow down to their God, and they will mess you up. Are you a woman? You have defiled our land. Please, this is not the time for us to castigate each other. You, our people, the Biafrans that are back here in the United States or everywhere all over the world, sending money to Nigerians. Have you not heard that our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, the chief of Afaragu, has has given 50 million. Have you not heard he has pledged 50 million naira? Have you not heard? You've heard it. You drop out from your home, drop out from where you are. This is now because he has pledged 50 million to take care of his people. This is when you jump out to come and show up that you can give. And when you want to give, you give to the wrong people. My brothers and sisters that are outside Nigeria, let me tell you, there was a video I did early this year or last year. I think it's early this year. Is it about? No, this is March. No, late last year. I said it again and again, repeatedly, that we have that Asorok will be hit with death. That we have about 3 or something kilometers. That death, the spirit of death is about 3 point something kilometers. If anybody can remember that video, I can put it back. That death will visit Asorok one by one. This is the time where all of us as Biafrans all over the world would have said, okay, let us put our hands together and make sure that we secure the life of our people back home in the East. So that they will see that God is God in Biafra land. But instead, you guys are sending money to those that are still killing you, raping your brothers, raping your sisters, doing all manner of evil in the land of Biafra. It's really a pity. I don't want to shed tears, I don't want to cry, but it breaks my heart. It even breaks the heart of God. Let me tell you, God is not an hypocrite. My God is not an hypocrite. I can give you that is examples in the Bible. God said, I shall save who I shall save. God said he will save who he is going to save. God said it. Why God did not say, I'm going to save you? He said, who is him as God wants to save, he will save. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? It means that those that are not for God, those that turn their back on God, God will turn their back on them. Now people are killing you. You are giving them money. What does that show? What stops you from sending that money to IPOB? Oh, Brother Nandi Kano, I may not like you. I may not like Ipob. I may not like what you're doing. But let me support what you have done. This thing, since you have not said it's only for Ipob people, it said for Biafrans, all over Biafra land. If you are a Biafran and you are in the Biafra land, and I know him, even if he's a Hausa man that is in Biafra land that is not against us, our leader will not stop them from treating that Hausa man. That is a heart of a goal. That is a heart of giving. That is a heart of God. But my people outside Nigeria, you are sending money to them. Let them use that money. Be strong. Be healed to go and kill your people, to go and take over your land. It's really a pity. Please, I am not trying to castigate you or trying to, after all, it's your money. But please, I am using this medium to tell you, my brother and my sister, that is from the East. We have an account which we gave on air long time that we can be giving $1 every month. I've never had that Biafrans all over the world, that account is boom with money. I've never had it. This is the time. You can send your contribution to that account. I know a lot of you have that account. Send to that account and write there that this is my contribution for coronavirus. Or better still, you call our deputy leader, Asomafo. Or better still, you call Radio Biafra. Be on Radio Biafra. Say, I am a Biafran. I'm not an Ipob member, but I want to support my people back home. This is my own contribution. Do you think God will not bless you? Do you think God will not protect you from this evil? This evil that you are seeing does not respect anybody. If you send your money to the wrong place, do you think that very money that should protect you? No. If you send your money to the right place, Our Papa Abraham, when he wanted to die, he said, come, take my son Joseph back to my people. Let him marry from my own kindred. What does that tell you? Right from the time of old, God is not an hypocrite. The men of God are not hypocrites. What you people are doing, and just look at it as an A, that you are being hypocritical. You are being an hypocrite. Please, don't be a hypocrite. It's not a good thing to do. Hypocritical is not a good thing to do. Let us just come together. This is a time for us to come together. Come together. Make peace with your brother. Make peace with the Ipob, because we are doing the right thing. We are on the right path. Let God speak to your heart. Let God speak to your heart. I want to leave this time and say to my people, after to back America, I did work Ipob. Who know for Nigeria? No for the eastern part of Nigeria. A common university. A Tomibono, Kimabon, and then Dr. Tina, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear sister. Thank you. Sister Victoria, would you please speak to our people who are being foolish and foolishly giving their money to Nigeria to try to solve this issue? As we know, Nigeria has never been able to solve any issue that concerns its citizens. So I don't know why any Biafran at this point would think that Nigeria can solve the issue of this pandemic by giving them money. And please add your voice to this issue. Thank you, Dr. Tina. I think our sister has said a lot. It is unheard of. It is something very, very painful to hear that Biafra has gone to this level, even in the midst of crisis. I just want to say this, and it is from the book of Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. It says, do not cast your pearls to the dogs. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under feet, and turn again to rend you apart. What does this mean? Biafrans are in trouble right now. There's a place I read it, I'm not very sure of information, but I know it's something true, where they are dividing their booties in Nigeria, dividing their money, and they say, Biafrans, you guys say you want Biafra, where there is nothing for you. This is what they said. You guys say you want Biafra, there is nothing for you. This is not the first time. They are just denying Biafrans everything that can support life. They are denying Biafrans, they're taking it from our land, and then they deny us access to it, and we cannot even share from the national cake, since they made it national. There is gold in the north. I've never ever heard that gold is being mined by anybody else. If not for our leader that mentioned that there is something like that, you always see Aboki and gold. Aboki and gold. You don't know where they get it from. You think they're getting it from Saudi Arabia. It's right there in the north. They keep it to themselves. They manage it by themselves. They sell it for themselves, and nobody hears of it. But what belongs to us, the Easterners, the Biafrans, is a national cake. Okay, we have no choice than to accept it for now as a national cake, but why are you still denying it from us? And now, our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, the great leader of Biafrans, is the first person to address Biafrans concerning this virus. There was no leader to talk about it. All we had was that the leaders had sneaked out of Nigeria. They have gone for their own life. They did not address the people. They did not say anything to the people concerning the situation. The situation I say in Nigeria is like sheep without a shepherd. Our able leader address Biafrans, and each time he's addressing Biafrans, he is addressing anybody that has ears to hear. And at the end of the whole thing, he made a first donation.
This donation is to encourage other Biafrans to come together to see if they are going to donate to help our people. Our leader has forsaken his high and mighty position that naturally he has it, academically he has it, by reason of exposure, he's supposed to be somebody very big. He left it for Biafra. And he made his speech and backed it up with a donation that's supposed to help our people. And what else did you see? The Zulu people, copycats, they started raising up their own fund. And what did other Biafrans do? They went to support those donations and turn back on the incentive that our leader has given. Just like our sister said, Christy, she said, even if you say, I don't belong to IPOB, but I want to help. Do we hate ourselves so much that when we see ourselves inside the fire, we rather go to the full money than to help our own people? Has it gotten to that level? Has it gotten to the level that you see your people, you guys are making a show of money? It's like, oh, that's the chicken change that Nnamdi Kanu has brought. Let us give billions. Why didn't you give it to somebody in Biafra land? There are these humble IPOB members who can put it into work. You didn't give it to them. So you hate your own flesh that much that you choose to go to the north and give it to Fulani people. That is such a shame. I saw somebody who was cursing our race so much in YouTube. I saw this person cursing. He said, how could you, Biafrans? I was thinking you have sense. I was respecting you, Biafrans, that you are intelligent. But I can see you don't have anything. He said, go ahead, let them kill you. In fact, they shouldn't leave any of you. They should kill you. Because it's Nnamdi Kanu who has started this race in encouraging our people, Biafrans, donated his money, and you that call yourself Biafrans decided to go and support them, not like my sister said, give them money so they can have big mouth and they have authority over your people. They will rape them, they will kill them, they know they are sheep without shepherd. And we have a shepherd now who is trying to get the people together. You are shaming him and putting him down and supporting the Fulani. One thing I must always tell you, as long as God lives, Biafra will come. Unless if there is no God. Unless if he decided that we are for slaughter. That is the only way Biafra will not come. Unless God says, yes, you are going to be killed. I know that Biafrans, we have done a lot of bad things, but we are asking God to have mercy on us because we realize our shortcomings. And if God will have mercy according to his word, Biafra will come. And all of you, we will know you one after the other. We will know you because we see that you are people who are double-faced. Once Biafra comes, you will switch back to Biafra for what you can get out of Biafra. Now that Biafra needs you, those people who are suffering, they are locked inside their homes. They cannot work to do the little things they used to do to survive. They can't do it. They are locked down. I was asking questions the other day. Pensioners have not received any payment at this time. Old pensioners who cannot walk on their feet. They cannot work. They cannot even make money. They are dependent on the work they have done when they were young. And you are punishing them. Punishing them. Nobody has paid them for a year and 6 months. We are talking about post-school teachers. We are talking about lecturers. These people don't have money. And if just give them that 1 billion that one of you gave. Just open a center and say, dear friends, come and collect money, family by family. It's going to bless a lot of hearts. It's going to change a lot of faces. But you want your people to die in poverty. You are the one dying. All of you that are working so hard with the devil to shame Biafrans, you will be ashamed. Because you are casting your pole up onto dogs. They will turn back. They will trample upon it and come after you. By the time they get what they want, by the time they kill these humble, loyal people of Biafrans, by the time they kill the poor of the land, they are surely going to come after you. That your billion will not save you. If you are trying to buy favor, if what you're planning to do is to buy favor from the zoo, I'm sorry. Those people cannot be appeased at all. They are not appeased by the money you have. They are not appeased by you answering their servant or their slave. They are not appeased. They are only appeased when they see your head on the ground and they cut it off. That's the only time they are appeased. If you're taking your million, you guys are doing competition with your millions, and you're handing it to the zoo so they can buy more weapons and kill our people. Don't worry, your own is coming on the line. But see these poor people, most of them don't have this virus, except what you guys that went to Europe, you went to Germany, you got this virus, and you brought it back home. God has been protecting them, and He will protect Biafrans to the last. Because Biafrans has no leader. Biafrans has no help. I'm not going to talk so much because our sister already has said so much about this. One thing I just want to make it clear to these people who are misplacing their priority is that don't think that you are safe by giving what you have to the zoo animals, to those zoo dogs. Don't ever think you're free. They will take it, they will trample upon it, they will come after you, you will die. If you don't for Biafrans, God will lead them to safety. Nnamdi Kanu, God will surely make him smile because his destination is Biafra land. And all of us are that believe in his vision. We'll make it to Biafra land. Coronavirus or no coronavirus, your donation or no donation, we will make it to Biafra land. Those of you who have ears to hear, there are some of you, like our sister said, please look for IPOB members, give something for Biafra. At your 1 billion, 2 billion will bring smiles to so many faces, and that will help us. Thank you, our sister.
Thank you so much, sister. Thank you. This is one thing for sure. IPOB is a moving train. IPOB is a moving train, Biafrans. Join the moving train. Stop casting your pearls to the pigs. You giving money to Nigeria will only help Nigeria to suppress Biafrans further. Because the money that they borrowed from China, they didn't give to anybody in Biafra land. So the money you are giving to them to combat coronavirus will not come to Biafra land. Guess who they're going to give it to make sure that those people survive? The Janjaweeds in the north. The Janjaweeds in the north who are coming to take over your land. This level of self-hate must stop. This is self-hate. This is self-hate to the utmost. You hate yourself. You hate yourself so much that you're going to support the people who are coming to take over your land. You hate yourself so much that you're going to support somebody who is threatening to rape your mother. Because that's the latest trending video. Is this place where this Nigerian soldier, a soldier employed by Nigeria, is threatening to rape Biafrans. What a wicked nation, what a wicked country, what a wicked zoo. I have never heard of such thing since I've been alive. That a military officer, a person being paid by anyone will come on the radio or on the video or on television and say that they're going to rape someone. And they're walking free. Rapists in any country will be caught immediately, even while they're denying it, and placed in jail to be tried. But in Nigeria, they walk free to threaten anybody and say this to anybody in broad daylight, and nothing happens to them. There is no government worse than Sodom and Gomorrah than Nigeria. That place is worse than a zoo. To call it a zoo is to give it a very glorified name. These people are not only animals, they are devil incarnate. They are wicked Satan walking on the face of the earth. You are threatening with all your might, with your stupid, ugly face on a camera, threatening to rape everybody's mother in Biafra land. And the Biafran will raise his money, the money that he has scratched and clawed and probably done anything and everything he can do in the world to amass. He gives to the devil, who is going to use it to come back to his land and rape his mother. This level of self-hate I have never seen anywhere. Biafrans, like my people say, we thought we were smart. What has happened to us? What has happened? What has these people done to us? Did they give us some kind of voodoo or some kind of, what is this? They have actually taken over our thinking. That we think that without Nigeria we are nobody. That's why we can earn money and give it to them, and they will come to our land and kill our people, buy machine guns, buy AK-47s, and come back to our land and kill our people with the same money we gave to them. We are actually financing our own demise. How can this happen? How can this happen? Who has ever heard of this? I know that so many people have spoken about this through the week, but when I heard it, I tried to call Mazi Alozie's line, and I kept calling and I couldn't get through. It just made me crazy to hear it on the radio. Okay, so now that we have come to this level, or at least the people who have money have come to this level of self-hate, the rest of us Biafrans, we should know where the moving train is. We have leadership in Mazi Nnamdi. We have leadership in the hierarchy and the structure of IPOB. We know where the moving train is. Let's join the moving train. Biafrans, let's be grateful. Let's support IPOB so that our people can be saved. Because the money that they have given to Nigeria will go to Nigerians. It will never come back to Biafra land to help us. So the 50 million that Mazi Nnamdi has already given to Biafrans, and the more that is coming from the rest of us, from diaspora, to make sure that our people are saved when this virus comes to our land. We are going to make sure that money keeps coming, that we continue to support our leader, that we do what is necessary to make sure that Biafrans survive this pandemic. But this is fulefu. These people that my leader called the people who are fathered by the Fulanis, the Janjaweeds, among us, answering the Mecca and answering whatever they answer. And they mask themselves with these Igbo names and these Biafran names, and we think they are really our brothers and sisters. Let's make sure that let's forgive them. Let's let them give their money to Nigeria so that Nigeria can take care of their own people, because we are not Nigerians. They never come to Biafra land to take care of us. Let's make sure that we forget them for right now and make sure that we take care of ourselves, because on the other side of this thing, when we emerge on the other side, when we come around on the other side, we will know who the true sons and daughters of Biafra is. Who are truly the sons of Biafra, who are really truly the sons of the daughters of Biafra. Because by their fruits we shall know them. Look at what they are doing with their money. They are giving it to Nigeria government. Giving their money to Nigeria government. When we're talking about Nigeria oppressing us, Nigeria killing us, raping us, keeping us from our farms, carrying AK-47 in our streets, building no schools, building no roads in our land, no airports to come to Biafra land, docks or whatever, wherever ships come in our land. And we are the ones living in the coastal region. We have no docks, but they have dry docks in the north. My dear, I don't understand. I really don't understand. So let's make sure that we take care of ourselves for right now, and then come around to the other side. When that time comes, we will know who the true sons and true daughters of Biafra are. But for right now, take care of yourselves, Biafrans, because if you cannot take care of yourself, nobody will do it. Nigeria has never done anything for you that is good. The only thing they bring to our land is evil and their wickedness. So let's make sure that we emerge, we survive coronavirus. And after we survive coronavirus, we'll count our daughters and we'll count our sons. We know that Mazi Nnamdi is a distinguished son of Biafra, because before anybody said anything, he jumped in front and said, I will help my people. I will give my people structure. He gave instruction, detailed instruction on how to do this. And recently I have seen nurses and doctors of Biafra come together. They've come together. I think it was in Enugu. They've come together. They have dispersed themselves all through Biafra land, how to save our people, how to make sure that medical expertise are distributed and taken care of, and that people are taken care of in hospitals if they go to hospitals, and in clinics when they come to the clinics. So continue doing what you're doing. Biafran doctors, Biafran nurses, we see you. You are using what you have, your expertise, to save our people. But these Fulefu sons, these Fulani Janjaweed fathered people, we will deal with you when we come to the other side. So my Sister Kunne, are you on the line one more time before I proceed? Because
yes, I'm here. I'm here, my sister. I'm here.
Very good. Please share with Biafrans some of the things that opened your eyes when you made a visit to Biafra land, and that was less than 2 months ago when she was in Biafra. She came back and told me some of the stories that she told me. I was alarmed. I was shocked. And so I will let you hear it from the horse's mouth so that you will understand that we are in a bad shape, Biafrans, and we need to stand up and we need to recognize that we are in the midst of war. And people, when your house is burning, you do not chase rats. I choke for so long. Let's stop chasing the rats and do what we need to do to secure our lives. So my sister, I will let you lead in this topic, and then we will chime in as time permits.
Thank you, Dr. Gastino. Thank you so much. Hello, Biafrans all over the world. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice, no matter what comes our way. My topic is simple. Brothers and sisters, my thanks and regards go to Biafrans, IPOB worldwide, our leader Mazi Chukwuemeka, and all those working day and night to see that our nation is restored. Yes, by the grace of Chukwuemeka, I traveled home not long ago. The experience I had wasn't very pleasant to me. I am here to touch these things so our people will wake up a little bit. I was constantly asking my niece, where are the youth? Where are our youth? Why is this Fulani everywhere? All places are Fulani youth in Biafra land, especially the market squares. It's surprising more that the Fulanis are the only people selling different stuff along the roadside of the market. Normally, I eat carrots. But unfortunately, this time that I went home, I did not. I refused to. Why? Because the Fulanis are those carrying carrots. I refused to buy it. And my niece was asking me, why is it that you don't want carrots? It's because the Fulanis are selling it? I said, we did, yes. Yes. I warn you all not to buy anything from the Fulani husband. Because whatever they brought in Biafra land, they sell it to us, they already poisoned it. time I needed onions, we went to look for onions. Fulanis are the ones selling onions, which I was so amazed. The same thing applicable to garden eggs. The Fulanis are the ones selling garden eggs. I asked my niece again, where are Biafran youth? Where are people? For me to buy any products, we have to walk inside the market and buy from our people, no matter how much they sell it. I prefer buying it from them. My last visit to our nation, Biafra, was the only time I have seen that most of the Fulani youths are now operating keke and okada. I was astonished for all these things I saw. Where is our people? I normally ask, where is our Biafran people? Where are they? What is wrong with we Biafrans? We have lost our culture. Oh, I remember this is the new generation. What is the problem with new generations? I'm not saying this to annoy anybody, but this is a wake-up call, my people. From all the teachings given in Radio Biafra, all the things our leaders have done, our Biafra men and women still allow the enemies to cut their knees and shine their shoes. What a shameful thing. The Fulanis, you know how they make their suya? They are everywhere making suya. Who are the ones that buy and eat the suya? Are the Biafra. The Biafrans are the ones promoting the nonsense the Fulanis are doing in Biafra land. That's what I concluded, that I have seen it is true. Then my question is, what is our people going, where is our people going to wake up from their slumber to understand that the Fulani have already taken over what belongs to us? Well, since we have, in Biafra land, we have no governors. We have only the ones that serve their slave master and their selfish interests. Then, appointing IDOP members at home, that they should be seen as leaders of the community because they are the only one on ground. We don't have nobody. Nobody cares for us. Very shameful, very fearful. So IBOPs, I believe they can take this responsibility. If our government fail us, our Biafran community leaders, if they fail us, are we Biafrans going to fail ourselves? I should say no. We have to wake up. We have to rethink ourselves. There is something normally we say in Igbo that I normally say, hey, Igbo is no more Igbo. What is going on? In this past, Igbos are very respected, very strong. When you have that about Igbo, you have to stop. If not, They will show you, they will treat you in the way that is good for, according to their culture, their tradition. Fulani is all over in Biafra land. My brothers and sisters, freedom fighters, you should not isolate yourselves or make yourself credibility from the minorities, those that need your directions. Please, my people, wake up. As Dr. Agostina already said, we have to start growing our own food and eat our own food in peace without running around the Fulani and buying their stuff already poisoned. In the research, my brothers and sisters, most of us, I believe, want Biafra to come. And most of us hate Nigeria. I am number one against Nigeria, if none other. We don't want the enemies to surround and destroy our homes, farms, and properties, belongings. We don't want the enemies to kill us. I don't want it. We don't want them to take over our land, the land of our ancestors. Then, we don't want them to force us to be Muslims. I believe each and every one of us want to live in Biafra, the land of the freedom. My brothers and sisters, I encourage you to do your best so that many people will join IBOP and Biafra struggle. We know that only in Biafra we will be able to live in freedom and be safe from the Fulani killer. I believe that only in Biafra can we practice our Christian faith without fear or molestations. That only in Biafra will our children be filled with progress, prosperity, and happiness. In anything we do, we have to put our trust in God. Almighty Father is the supreme God. He has allowed what is happening, especially in our land, to happen only to teach us a lesson. God is on his throne, I believe all the time. He owns the world. So we be saved, brothers and sisters, in his mercy and love. We need him now more than ever. Nothing is more important now than to seek God's intervention. This is all I have to say. My people, let us rethink ourselves. Let us reflect. Where do we want to go? Are we going to continue supporting our leader? He has done a lot for us. And many things are left for us to do. If we don't wake up to guide our land, to find a way to drag Fulani herdsmen away from our land, they will completely conquer us. We don't need that. For this being said, I thank all of you for listening. Biafrans at home and abroad, for your faith in Biafra, for your courage in trying to restore Biafra, and for all the sacrifice you have made to revive Biafra, the land of the rising sun. Thank you. May God bless you and the nation Biafra.
Thank you, Sister Kunle. Thank you so much. We are so happy to have you this morning.
Thank you,
And for the rest of my sisters, I would like you to say what you need to encourage Biafrans with this morning. Let's start with Sister Victoria. But Biafrans, remember, it is all because of love of Biafra that we do this. What drives us is the love of Biafra. We love you. We love our people. We love ourselves. We love our land. We want to go home, establish a home for ourselves, retire, be happy, be at peace. That's why we talk. So, Sister Victoria, would you please add your voice and encourage Biafrans on how to go about their business for right now so that we can continue to move on?
Yes, my sister, I would just want to add something real quick. We Biafrans know how to make little things to survive, but we have a problem. The problem is that those who knows how to make the regular kind of basket don't want to make it again because people will look down on them that they are not doing something so powerful. Those who know how to produce odor will no longer do it because they are looking at it that, oh, people will look down at me. Those who want to do palm wine tapping will no longer do that. Everybody wants to wear white collar, and that is what is happening to us. Here in the West, I learned something new here in the Western world. Whatever you do that is honest and you can put food on the table, that thing is very, very important and should be respected. These people who are going about doing shoemaker for you, don't you know how to do shoemaker? If you go to learn, can't you do it? You can even do better than they do. I've had so many occasions that they will do that, their shoemaker, and come to you, and you say that what they did is not good, they will pull their dagger on you, right in front of you, in your own house. And of a truth, who will say something? Nobody. Of a truth, who will say something? Nobody. Why are we being taken over? Because everybody wants to go to the, what they call it, to become a shell manager. The little thing that you can do, if you can sell peanuts, we call granuts. If you do it diligently, I have seen people when I was back home that were using to pay their children's school fees, just buying granuts and selling it. If it's only kerosene that you can sell, yes, you can do it. These people are taking our land because all of us are looking for white-collar jobs. We no longer want to do the little things that we do. There is a soap that we call black soap here. I don't know what we call it in our language. One black soap that is selling so costly and very foamy, very good. It is produced in Biafra land, but nobody wants to do those things anymore. All of us want to buy the one that are scented, and you don't know the kind of thing that is in it. I'm not going to go very far because our time is fast spent. Only one thing we hear, no, like everybody Dear friends, these people are here, their main business. They are living in your homes. They are there in your farms. They are there on your street. They are there in your road. They have also converted some churches into mosques. The last thing is now to take your head off. Only when it's in here. Yeah, no. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sister. Sister Christy, please add your voice.
Yeah, so, very short. My people, I'm here again, Pastor Christy. Please, Mazi, the Mazi that is the presenter of this radio, I've forgotten his name. I'm sorry.
Mazi Alozie.
Mazi Alozie, please. There's a program we had here on this. It still boils down to what our sister noticed when she went home. Sister, for giving us that information. We know that has been going on. Our people, they usually deviated from the way of life when we were kids. Like I told us here before, I can, as long as it will put food on it. Our sister has said it here again, that here in the United States, anything is respected. Please, brothers and sisters, go back to what we know how to do. I was listening to one program, a leaked tape by some Hausa Fulani people talking to some senators, Yoruba senators. They're doing that they've taken it over. The Ipob man can never be a pharmacist again, a registered pharmacist in Nigeria again. That the drugs, everything that they have taken it over. That their people were so backward before, and with what they have seen, they are out to push their people to do what they normally do not do before. And now that they have allowed their children to do whatever thing, even to play football, they don't mind anymore. But their children will play their uniform covering their faces, but not wearing this short knicker. But they have modernized the whole thing. That their people outside Nigeria have accepted them to be that way, to play that way, and they are trying to join them with the United Arab Emirates female football, whatever. That lifted is here. I can post it. And they said all what we are doing as Biafrans, making new shoes, making bags, selling everything we do in Biafra land that makes us to become a small China, that they have taken it over. That they will make sure that they pin us down to a point that we will be begging, we'll come back begging. Is that what you people want, Biafrans? Is that what you people want? You that is sending money to them, is that what you want? So please, Mazi Alozie, please, there's this program we had before, we talked about doing suya meat. There are a lot of my brothers in Akwa Ibom State, they've been studying it, please that should connect them with those brothers that promise to sponsor people that want to do suya. So some Akwa Ibom men and even women, they were interested that they want to be in that very program to be producing suya, so that these suya people will leave Akwa Ibom State. Akwa Ibom State is flooded with all kinds of Hausa people, and they have started marrying our sisters, and that is not good for us. Like our leader is always saying that by tomorrow they'll start bearing children, and those children will come and take our land with, this kind of thing. So please, Mazi, please, I want our people, because maybe they thought they never had it. So please, I would want you to maybe let us have the contact of that you are making.
Yeah, I have a response to that. First of all, we don't even want the suya around. We just don't even want it around because we don't want the cows around. They can go. Okay, because since it is the thing that it's not easy to take people off what they have been used to for a long time. Instead of the Hausa people still taking place, we can still do our own suya with our own cow. We have Igbo cow. Yeah, but it's not in my place. It's not in good commercial quantity. I know what you're saying. We can do it with our own cow. But the cows are not patronizing these people, so they will leave our land. Yeah, let them. Since they are taking what belongs to us, we have to take what belongs to them. Their own culture or whatever thing they do is doing this suya. That is what they know how to do. So let us take it from them too, because that is the only thing that makes them. We take it from them, use our own cow and do it. So please, Monokwa Ibom say the Pamuton Kobo. Kempo asuya ketang metang Mazi Alozie on air, so that we can cook, take the real. Instead of buying suya from the Hausa people, we can buy our own cow and prepare our own suya. So if you are interested, if the program is still on, Mazi Alozie will link us to them. So Tomeba, Yabasedion Moko, near the Waiko, Kempo coronavirus, is with the careful that is another. A Romoku, a Pomy Wong can case, Yabasedion Kerewo, Mbok, Ebonokima, Mpore, Abimen Biafra, the session is Yabasedion Moko. Sister Anne, thank you very much for reminding us about our people going back to do what they have to do. Go and ride Okada. You can shine the shoe. Thank you very much, Dr. Tina. Thank you very much, Sister Victoria.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you, Sister Chrissy.
Yeah, is she
Sister Quinn, do you have closing remarks before I make a few announcements and we'll get off the air because everyone.
Yeah, what I have said, I think I do have a little solution that can help our people, whoever is seriously ready. I'm saying that I encourage our people, that they can start raising pig. P-I-G, pig. We may not, we all know anyway that our enemies doesn't like to eat pig. They don't like it and they don't eat it. It will be one of the best means to stop them from entering our land. Coastal villages, If you have pigs all over our land, these people gonna run away from us. If you have it, the people who farm, they have it in their farm. These people and their cow gonna run away. So I encourage people to start growing pigs to raise it. I am here to volunteer for somebody who is serious to do something on this issue. To buy one man pig and one women pig. I don't know how to call it, but this is what I'm saying. Buy one this and start growing it. I have seen somebody with one male and one female and have done a great job. If somebody wanna do something like this and you don't have the money for it, please call Dr. Alozie. I will sponsor 1 or 2 people. So when you do the test, you try it. It can be a trouble-solving technique for us. If you try it for a few weeks, call Dr. Mazi Alozie and let him know how it went. If there is a good result on it, then we continue doing it. Because these people need to run away from our land. Okay. This is all I have to say, my sister. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Oh, we are so happy to have you. Thank you so much. And Biafrans, you have heard it here. What you're hearing from us is that these people have come to Islamize, to kill, and to maim, and to rape, to take over our land. And we are asking you, do you want them to turn us into beggars? Because that's what they did to the Hausas in the north. They turned the Hausas into beggars. We don't want to be beggars. Biafrans are not beggars. We are hardworking men and women. We like to produce our own foods. We like to work with our own hands. And that is going away. That's why we are talking so much about that. Please, let's go back with working with our hands. We want to produce what we eat. Work with your hands because there is a blessing in working with your hands. When you can produce something, when you can make something, a human person cannot live by just walking around and looking pretty or looking nice and walking around and asking for a job where you can only sit down and write with pen and paper. Working with your hands is a blessed thing. If you do not produce anything, the Bible says you shouldn't eat. If you do not work, you should not eat. So, Biafrans, we work, so we shall eat. Let's go back and work with our hands and do not let these people turn us into beggars. They've turned the Hausas into beggars. They're looking to turn Biafrans into beggars. And we refuse to become beggars in our land. In Biafra land. A few announcements. I think our leader will come back on the air this weekend, sometime today or tomorrow, to speak to Biafrans on
tomorrow.
Issue at hand, the pandemic that is going on, the coronavirus. And when he comes on, please listen to our leader. Please listen to our deputy leader, who also is coming on more frequently than usual since the pandemic started. Please continue to listen to Radio Biafra personnel, our brothers and sisters who are scattered all over the world, speaking from South Africa, from the Middle East, from Biafra land, and also from the United States and all around the world, and including our mother station in London. Please listen to them. They have lots of information to give to us, and we continue to make sure that we make the Radio Biafra available to all Biafrans who are in Biafra land. We want you to know what's going on so that these people will stop deceiving us. Number two thing to tell you, Biafrans, this morning, to remind you, because this is how we started. We started this broadcast by telling you that there might be a conspiracy in this whole problem with the coronavirus. We want you to please, Biafrans, do not cease from buying anything Chinese for right now. Anything produced in China brought to Biafra land that is shiny, that you're accustomed to buying, please stop buying those. We don't know what's contaminated. We don't know what they're trying to do. We don't know whether they're trying to reduce the population of the world by starting with Biafrans and the African nation, African continent. Please stop buying anything at all from China. Okay, so we will continue to look forward to the big rally that will happen in Washington, D.C. on June 20, 2020. If it is not canceled, we'll be there. Every Biafran who is able to come will come, and we'll have our voice raised to this continent to tell them that we want freedom. We want freedom from the zoo. We want to be our own self-governing state or self-governing country. We want Biafra, and that's what we are asking for. We want a referendum for our people to decide that we want to be on our own. And of course, I encourage all my brothers and sisters from Olu Zone to please join us in the meeting for Ndiolo tomorrow, Sunday. We always start at 8 p.m. Biafra time. And please, don't forget that we continue to raise funds for the restoration of Biafra. We continue to raise money because it is that will help us accomplish our goal. Please continue to give money to Bia Foundation. And that address is biafoundation@gmail.com. Bia67foundation@gmail.com. Very important. And all necessary information that you need, you can find at ipobinusa.org. ipobinusa.org. My sisters, we will sign off now and let Mazi Alozie continue on his program. We thank you, Biafrans, for listening. Please continue to do what you can to make sure that we survive the coronavirus pandemic, and please continue to listen to Radio Biafra. We have a system to restore Biafra, and that system is called IPOB. Join us. Please make sure that you add your strength and your power to the struggle so that we can emerge victorious and go back home to Biafra land. Thank you, Mazi Alozie. And from here, from us, we are signing up, and Mazi Alozie will continue.
Thank you very much. You've done very well. Love the program, and I hope the whole world is hearing. People are listening to you, and I hope they implement what you are saying. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mazi Alozie.
Thank you.
Have the rest of your week.
You too. The call number is +14847670848 with the regard to suya issue. There are other nutritious menu people can embark on. We want the cows gone. We cannot support them with the cows. Our own cows are still in the infancy. The population is not big enough to embark on soya, so they can use chicken and goat in place of soya. They can use chicken and goat meat to replace soya, and they can add onions and pepper and tomato to make it more nutritious. You know, that's the idea I'm floating around, than embarking on the beef the cow they use in destroying our farms. You see, you see their plan: destroy the farms, destroy the crops, cage them inside, indoors, and then starve them to death. That is the policy they have, and it is unfolding. And then you're hearing about coronavirus and 5G. 5G is the culprit, and they are installing it. And the people are beginning to speak up. People are beginning to speak up. This nonsense is from China.
Is this fucking 5G, yeah? Is this 5G? This shit's reading off the bloody scale, man. You guys are gonna give people cancer. What's wrong with you? That's 5G, and he's put it right next to the kids' playground. He's gonna give people cancer. This thing's reading off the scale. Look, bad. And he's filming back at me. What are you filming at me for? Coronavirus, and you guys are out here during a lockdown all over the country and in schools installing fucking 5G, yeah? I saw the box yesterday, the guy in the video he put up. It said Huawei on there. China. Chinese 5G, yeah? Yeah, keep filming me. Keep filming me.
Yes. And then you see them telling you that they are bringing Chinese doctors, whatever. Are they more qualified than Biafran doctors? That is what we've been telling you. They are so inept, incompetent, that they rely on foreigners. When they are sick, they run to London, USA, whatever European country they go for medical treatment. And now they are bringing you coronavirus, and they are telling you vaccination. Don't take that. Don't even attempt it. Because if you do, you will pay for it with your life. Why are they not vaccinating their own people? They will come to use you as a guinea pig, and then they will support a government that doesn't exist. Then they'll go and bring in 18 or 19 Chinese. Then they will dump the carcinogens on you and then fly back. You see the rate the coronavirus spreads, but it's still very difficult to progress in Africa. But take safety measures. Take safety measures. Safeguard yourself. No, they will bundle you inside and install the 5G towers, and then it will finish you whatever is left of everybody through radiation. You had it. I didn't make that. This was made in Europe. They know what is happening. They are not telling you the truth. When people were dropping like flies in Wuchen or Zhongwu Wuchen, you didn't know what they were dropping. Dropping dead like flies, being burnt off with radiation. They are not telling you what they know, but later on you will know. The call number is +1 484 767 0848. +1 484 767 0848. We must concentrate on what we know. But most of these things we say is for precautionary measures. Beware of your surroundings. Beware of your surroundings. When they reduce you to a beggar, and you start begging, they will even give you what will kill you. And you will accept it graciously. That's exactly what we are talking about. That is what we are talking about. And anybody calling it, please limit your time, because we have 30 minutes. And no long preaching today. 3 minutes maximum. Okay, 3 minutes maximum. Just round up your point Fine, our leader will be on the air tomorrow, 7 p.m. Biafra time. He'll be making an address to our people. Not only that, tomorrow is Narrating the Happen Day. That one is a different program, and you know all about it. So let's be focused. You see what they are doing to our people. Flogging, beating, shooting. But that does not exist anywhere else but in Biafra land. That is the status of our situation. Let me take a precautionary measure here with regard to the phone. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Alozie, good afternoon from here.
Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you. My name is Pastor Jack. I'm calling from Lagos as usual. I want to add my voice to today's contributions. Like you rightly say, it is very, very important. We have said it before that we need boycott anything that is being provided by these enemies, these common enemies, more especially that of cow. Our people should learn to content themselves with what we have. With goats, the sewer is wonderful. With fowl, the sewer is wonderful. Even with fish, the sewer is wonderful. We can do any version of them you want, so that we will limit and totally stop them from bringing that poisonous cow to us. We can make use of ours. Of course, we plant tomato, we plant even onion, all those things we plant, even they are not beans, rice we plant in our land. This is the time for us to go back to what we have been doing before this advent of importing everything. Now is the time. They cannot be killing us at the same time. We'll be patronizing them. It's uncalled for. And secondly, like you rightly said, I said it earlier today, let the contraction army stop deceiving themselves. They did not arrest any army. Did you go to data that saying yesterday, arrest that useless people making that video and brought them back to Lagos that saying yesterday? Or are you in Lagos arresting somebody in data? That is what I don't understand. Stop deceiving yourself. The army, which the Boko Haram terrorist Islamic unit from, have committed more atrocity and more crime against our people than what is being said in the video. You see, because that video has been making waves, and the international community have been condemning what is being said. Is that why you are trying to deceive the gullible as you always deceive them? We cannot believe anything. Let no reasonable person believe what they are saying. They didn't arrest any person. Anything that is made against the people in the public as civil case, they should try such people involved in civil manner, and nobody should come and tell us that they will do Untaya or Kosmashia. Whereas what he committed is he committed it in the open, a civil case. Don't come and tell us that jargon. You cannot deceive us. You know the people you deceive. Finally, those of them that brought the doctor from China, do not participate in anything that has to do with China. The lives of our people are important. Thank God our team of doctors and nurses assembled in Uganda too, in preparation to combat this COVID-19 and to safeguard the lives of our people. And we will continue this way. Everything we have to use in our land, we will make it ourselves, and we will not accept anything outside our land. Thank you very much, Mazi Alozie. I started from here in the effort.
Thank you, Pastor Jack. Thank you very much. Thank you. They are used to borrowing. They are used to aid. They cannot be proud of what they can make. In Aba, they are producing masks. We use that produce in Aba. They are producing a lot of stuff in Aba. Use those. Still serve the same purpose. Charity begins at home. Caller, your name and where you calling from.
Good afternoon. Thank you, God. Bless you. Bless the whole power of Ipob. Bless our leader, my name is Chinemere Mobigu. I am from Abade in Mangele local government in the Biafra land. no matter what they are doing. Yes, we are not afraid, but we have to be cautious of our life. They are planning evil against Biafra with China. And let me accompany my voice through your voice and our sister, our mothers who speak. Please, Biafrans all over the world in Biafra land, avoid anything concerning Chinese and the Fulanis. Those people that are selling tomatoes here, call them Hausa. Yes, we know there is Hausa, we know there is Yoruba, but this time around now, let us avoid all of them. Because we don't know who is who now. We don't know who is Hausa boy, or we don't know who is Fulani boy selling. Because they have mixed up. Let us now cut all those things, because they have a plan, a huge plan to destroy Biafra. Because Nigerians have made their plan to China to bring vaccine, to bring masks, to share. But they cannot share food to their citizens. They are killing the citizens with the army and police. Now they have got to go to China and put masks to share to people to spread the coronavirus. This is the plan on ground. This contraction on Nigeria was designed by British to destroy humanity. But Biafra should be careful in Biafra land here. Tell everybody, avoid it. Please, Biafra, save life now. Tell your brother, your sister, your mother, your nephew, tell everyone that avoid anything concerned from China and the Fulanis or Hausa here. Now, because there is danger. There is very danger house. China is supporting Nigeria. Nigeria does not have president, but China is supporting him. I'm sorry for China for allowing their...
Your time is up. 2 minutes. You've gone 3 minutes. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon, Mazi Alozie. I will be brief, very brief. This is Rabbi Charles. I'm calling from United Kingdom. I greet Biafrans all over the world, friends of Biafrans, lovers of freedom. I thank our women for educating us today. To set the point, there was a brother, I think Chidera from South Africa, called and asked, what is this difference between, are we going to believe the coronavirus or the G5? I will go the issue when President America was Chinese virus, when the rest of the mainstream media, those fake news media were telling him, are you being racist or what? He said no. This is a Kung Fu virus. Some of them call it Kung Fu virus because this thing came from China, and it happened. It began from Wuhan in China, and they tested it on people, and they were falling dead there. And we had the clips. People said that they created this virus from China, and they planned it long ago, because they cannot be able to confront Western the war. Of G5. I am not expert in that, but if you look at it, common sense will tell you what is going on. They have already intercepted some packages coming from China to other parts of the world, even from Spain, that are contaminated, even from Italy, that are contaminated. And Nigeria, the zoo, is now telling you, importing that thing to you, importing their product and their expertise like their doctors. Why the Nigerians have medical doctors? I mean, because let's go by the name, because some Biafrans are medical doctors that are using Nigerian documents. And Nigeria will not invite them all around the world to come home and see what is going on and protect their people. Look at what South Africa is doing. South Africa has succeeded in combating this. They test 30,000 people every day. They have so many different testing centers all over South Africa. And even in the zoo, they don't have anywhere. The place they say they have in Abuja is not a testing center. The person who came all the way from Europe and died in Imo State, he doesn't have any testing center. He didn't see any testing center. He died there. And people, I don't know why people are still talking about cow, that I can't believe that our people are consuming cow meat. I don't believe that. We have to go into the drawing board quickly and go back into farming. Farm, produce your food. You can do it. There are crops that last for, they have duration of 90 days to start producing, like corn, beans, and so many others. We can do it. And depending on your enemy, the worst thing that can happen to you is that if your enemy is feeding you, supplying you food, forget about yourself. You're a dead person. If your enemy can feed you, you are no more. Mazi Alozie, let me end up on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The call number is +1 484-767-0848. Our sister made a point. Our sister Victoria. Yeah, our people should be taught how to make the same thing they are making, but we'll use the right product, not their own product. We are going to use our own product to make the same thing they are making. We have to teach our young men and women how to make meat steak. Them don't have to be soya. We change the name and we change the product, and you arrive at the same goal. Her suggestion is very good, but we're going to change the content of the product. If we have our people raising chicken and you use chicken to make the same thing, our people will be making money. You use pork in making it, our people will be making money. You use goat, our people will be making money. So to hell with the cows. To hell with the cows. And you see, when we talk about being clever, now the zoo will understand what we are saying. Why is it that the world is avoiding importation from China? And it is them that are coming. Your so-called government is going actually to bring them in with their product. You see, you don't have a government. You have people being used by those foreign countries to finish you, and they will eventually finish you. Keep hating IPOB, you will perish. Call out your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ugo Onejaka. I am calling from Washington, D.C. I am from Amibo. Amibo is in Olo. Amibo is the home of the tiger, and Amibo is the home of King Jaja of Ipob. Mazi, please, I want to lend my voice to this discussion about the coronavirus, because I am one of the people that are in the forefront here at the VA hospital, the veteran hospitals, Washington, D.C. Please, it is real, because a lot of people are testing positive for this, and a lot of people are dying. That is about this coronavirus. So what you have to do is listen to any instruction that is given and follow that instruction. The best thing you have to do is just to isolate yourself as much as you can. Please, isolate yourself. Wash your hands. The basic hygiene is what this thing takes. Wash your hands. Do not stay close to anybody. When you're coughing, close your mouth. Even as at yesterday, we are told that when you are going outside, you have to put on a mask. Put on a mask so that you never know what you are inhaling. See, this coronavirus is just like an ordinary virus. It is just like a flu. Sometimes you can carry it, you can have it without having any symptom. And when you have the symptom, and the symptoms are something like flu-like symptoms, fever, and then shortness of breath. Most of the time, when you are around somebody that has, because there are a lot of people that can carry this coronavirus, and then they themselves will not have any symptom, and you can come in contact with it, and then you contract it. So, but wash your hands, make sure you clean yourself, and make sure you stay away from people. By the time you know it, then you are breaking the chain. This is something that comes as a chain, and it goes around, but when you distance yourself from people, then you are cutting the chain. When you wash your hand, then you are cutting the chain. So, let us see what this thing is coming with, because it is an instruction. People are dying really, and as at the hospital where I work, then I can see that some people have contracted it, even the nurses and the doctors who are taking care of the patient, some of them are tested positive, but some of them still remain asymptomatic. So please just respect it, obey whatever instruction you are giving, just to obey it. Listen to our Onyendu, listen to Nnamdi Kanu, okay? Just obey and listen.
Round up, we don't have a lot of time today.
So thank you. Thank you, my brother, and God bless you as you continue to disseminate this information. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Everybody should take precautionary measures. We are emphasizing that. You see, I just can't believe that people will watch themselves being deceived, being used, and they don't react to it. They don't react. They just act like they don't know what is going on. You defend your people. You protect your people. No, not in the zoo. They actually victimize you. They are killing more people than the virus is killing. They are using their Fulani soldiers and policemen to kill more people than the virus is killing. And then they are going to actually bring the culprits over to you. And what's wrong with your doctors? That means they are not qualified enough. Were you not the people yesterday preventing doctors from going to work? Were you not the same people with your soldiers and plainclothes policemen and investigators blocking doctors and nurses from going to work? Are you not the same people? The nurses and the doctors are protesting that you're not giving them enough equipment. No, what do? You go and actually say you're bringing Chinese. You see how foreign-made things are so toxic to a government that refused to be up to date. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Mazi, today I hear from South Africa. Mazi, just quick one. I just want to advise our people. Those people who refuse to smell even when the smell is overflowing, they now told you that they will rape and they will do whatever they do, bone to bone, without condom. I believe you people are still calling them when they're passing by to say, cut my knee and come and make up my knee and this and that. They're telling you social distance, and when they go passing by the road, you still call them to come and do your fingernail. You still go and buy cow that you don't know what it is. They have told you now that there's no poor in the East, that they're doing it for the past 5 years, 5,000 every month. Now they increase to 20,000 without coming to you. They closed some part of the south and they went to north to display 20,000, and they're still there. When they brought their cow, which I don't believe they eat, because you see their files, Bangala, they don't eat the cow. They brought it to you, still buy. Now those people who are patronizing buying their cow have told they will rape you. They will do that, they will kill you, they will do that. They will still buy cow number one. When they come with the Bangala with their cutting finger polish issue, you still call them, come and sit down. You don't know, because when you avoid the social distance and they're bringing the cut your finger, they're coming to sell cow to you, they still come to polish your shoe. After the shoe polishing, you're going to use which hand to wear that shoe? That's the one I want to ask people. Those who know how to do good, but they not do good to them, they should continue cutting their finger, braiding them, let them polish their shoe, let them go and keep on killing cows. They should continue. About us, I'll go mile. Thank you very much, Maz.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is the last caller. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Good evening to you, Mazi.
Good morning from here.
Thank you so much. Greetings to you, fellow Biafrans, friends of Biafrans and lovers of freedom. May the blessing of our Father Chukwuemeka be with every one of us. My name is Sugo, and I am calling from Enugu province this evening. Mazi, please, my own little addiction on what we are saying is that I think it is time for us to listen to Radio Biafra, and at the same time, we beg our people to make sure that our relay station is on 24 hours so that people will hear this information that is coming from Radio Biafra. It is clear that that is the only place that the people hear the truth. So I am begging our people that if we listen to instruction from our platform, let us apply it. The people coming from China is not for us. That is the simple truth. And I want my people here in Biafran land, we should be obedient. Remember, they shared money in Ubausa. They exclude us. So for that reason, there is no gift that will come from them we will accept when it comes to this their China team that is coming. They don't mean well to us. Mazi, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That is the way it is. They have been 2014. This thing started. They have been sharing more money, and you didn't smell it. He didn't even know until they actually confessed that they have been receiving that 5 years ago, since 5 years ago. And you're here, breaking your bones to survive, and your governors are killing you. And now, how are you going to feed yourself when you can't go out to buy what you use to feed your family? I still haven't received any solution to that. There's a difference between necessities and casual mingling. Casual mingling is prohibited. Distance is here, but necessities. Here we have what they call the essential things to life: food, water, shelter. If you deprive them from that, how are they going to survive? You make them more vulnerable than helping them. So whoever put those, I still need answer to that. If you don't give me answer to that, I'll continue to hammer on it that is wicked and suicidal policy meant out to destroy our people. It's not everything they say you will listen to. Anything that contributes to your death, you will reject. You don't have the light. They don't have the refrigerator. They can't preserve food. And the little they gather to survive, you tell them no. You even destroy the market. That tells you the extent of wickedness of our people. I am hurt. I am angry. Why can't any of the governors call? Why can't they? Are they too big to call? Are they too big to take advice? When you are doing wrong, you know that your policy is, you change it. You go and say accept. But to make a blanketed policy that actually kills the people is hopeless and denotes act of incompetence. They are bringing you the Chinese with their infected merchandise, and you buy. The habit of imported things are responsible for the way the zoo is. Your coaches, if they are not foreign, is no good. Your cars, if it is not imported, is no good. Your food, if it is not imported, is no good. Then how can you survive? How can you compete with the world? And when Biafras do it, you suffocate them. You don't want to progress. You don't want Biafrans to progress. That is gross act of wickedness and hatred. If you can't see it, then something is wrong with you. And if you, the victim, cannot see that you are the victim, you are equally hopeless. Do I have to reserve the words and let you continue to perish? Or do I tell you the way it is? That is the way I see it. I'm telling you the truth. The same thing is happening to the Oduduwas. They are suffering the same thing. But why will their market be functioning and the one in Biafra land will not? Why will markets in Abuja and the other will be functioning, but the one in Biafra land will not? And then you have the governors chasing people around, flogging women, kicking them, knocking their foot off the ground because you are Janjaweed, Fulani terrorist, Boko Haram. That's what you people are. It's not only me that have seen it. The world is watching you. The world is watching you. Christian stations are beginning to understand what we are saying. They are beginning to understand what we are saying. And they will confront you with it. Keep killing people. Continue with your wickedness. You are born with it. It runs in your blood. And nothing can save you from exhibiting who you are. You will continue to show the world what you are made of. Hatred and wickedness that have never stopped. And it will continue. I will close by enabling you to listen to this by a white nurse, not a Biafran.
Buhari, I got a message for you.
I will play. When I'm done playing it, I will close. I beg for that few minutes from South Africa. I know you still have, but I am supposed to be off. But let me refresh this due to the internet, and I play it. And then you see that the world is watching. If they can see what they are doing to you, how come your own governors cannot see, cannot understand what is happening to you? That is my question. And you have the young men even assisting in the destruction of your own properties. It's mind-boggling. Common sense. Common sense. Common sense is lacking. And it's very lacking indeed. It's almost set. Some of you have had it, some of you have not. What I'm saying is the world is watching, knowing what is going on in the zoo. And they are fed up with it. If they can see that it is atrocious, why can't your governors, why can't your so-called leaders, why can't they? It's almost ready, so pardon me. Pardon me. Well, it locked up. We are in a mess. And when we get ourselves out of this mess, we'll then watch who we deal with. We will do that. I think this thing is locked up. Let me try it one more time, because I want them to know that the world is watching them. I want them to know that the world understand the atrocities they are committing. And when the time comes, they will account for what they have been doing. Well, sorry, it's still doing what it's doing. So I tried to get it to play, but it is not. So I'll let it go. And maybe if Peter I can have access to that and play it for you.
Evening and good night to some of you. Regardless of where you are domiciled, we are welcoming you. This is a Radio Biafra live transmission. The whole world is listening. Humanity is paying attention. The zoo is trembling. And the children of the Most High, the children of Biafra, they are rejoicing because they are about to receive the gospel of redemption, the gospel of salvation, the gospel of hope, the gospel of freedom, a gospel that is unquenchable, a gospel that is indestructible, a gospel that is ordained in heaven to be preached to the sons of men on this very earth, that all those who pay attention, all those who are enlightened enough to reason through everything that we say, that only those may be redeemed from the damnable zoological republic. That very British colonial experiment, worse than coronavirus, worse than any man-made disease ever on this very earth. That is our job, and we must do it. Some may not understand what we are doing. Our timetable may appear confusing to some people, but one thing is very obvious. One thing is unmistakable. This very fight to restore Biafra must be accomplished in our time, because we will not retreat an iota. We are not going to abandon this very effort. We are never ever going to surrender. For there will be Biafra or we all die getting Biafra. That is our mantra. It remains forever and ever. Our work is divine. Those who are in the flesh can never understand it. Those who are in the flesh cannot begin to comprehend this very divine work that we are doing. That is why we have obliterated the zoo. That is why anytime they know we are coming on air, they begin to panic. Each time they know we are coming, they begin to worry. Each time they know we are coming, they know that the date for the disintegration of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria is ever getting closer to us. Regardless of where you're listening from, Radio Biafra can be listened to across Biafra land on CHK 102.2, CHK 102.1, depending on where you are. We are online, we are on satellite, we are on television. We cover every media platform known to man. This very IPOB, this very noble family, these chosen children of God, because if you're not IPOB, you cannot be a child of God, I assure you. You cannot be. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. And by the very special grace of Elohim, Chukwuemeka Alozie, the servant of the wonderful people of Biafra, we have come that light may be present where once there was only darkness. We have come to fulfill a divine purpose. That is why we must preach this very gospel this evening. That is why the whole world is at attention at this very moment. Learned people all over the world listening to this very broadcast, because this remains indisputably the greatest university on the face of this very earth. If you listen to Radio Biafra, you can never be the same again. If you partake in this very gospel, you will see the light. As always, we must pray. We must call upon the Most High, God Almighty that resideth in heaven, to come and take charge of our proceedings this very evening, because humanity is listening. If you do not have your pen and paper ready, if you have not informed your neighbors, your friends, and your family to participate in this very process of enlightenment this evening, then you have not done your job thoroughly. Because I challenge anyone to listen to Radio Biafra and remain the same after that. There are idiots all over the place. There are fools all over the place. They will continue to make a mockery of themselves. They will continue to prod us to see if we can respond to any of their garbage. But we are preoccupied with doing this very important work of the restoration of Biafra. We remain undistracted because we have the Janjaweed Fulani Caliphate in our sight, and it is an opportunity we are not going to miss. I welcome each and every one of you once again, and I say to Elohim, Lord God Almighty in heaven, the creator of everything that we see around us, you existed before the commencement of time and space itself. That is why we say you are the Lord of all the hosts of heaven. That is why we say you are the Ancient of Days. That is why you changeth not. As you are in the beginning, you have remained ever the same until this very day. You are Lord God Almighty, the author and the finisher of our faith. We submit before your throne of grace this very evening. As I know that barely 4 weeks ago, my parents were committed to the Mother Earth, that they may reside beside thee, and ask and plead for Biafra to be restored in the time of their children. We call upon thee to have mercy upon us, to forgive us our sins, to redeem Biafra from the hands of darkness and iniquity, to allow Britain to see common sense and let your children go, or else, as I have repeatedly proclaimed on this very platform, what befell Pharaoh and Egypt shall be the portion of Britain if they do not allow Biafra to go. They are doing the best they can to marginalize They are doing the best they can to whitewash every news that is coming out of Biafra land. They have bribed, they have intimidated, they have cajoled, and they continue to do so around the world. At every place, at every station, where they know that the story of Biafra must be told, they are there, doing what they have always done, trying to bribe people not to report Biafra, doing their damned best to see if they can stop IPOB. But due to your grace, O Heavenly Father, we have remained indestructible. We have grown from strength to strength every day. You see what is happening to your children. You have seen the mistake that Azikiwe did. You have seen the foolishness of the Fulefu class in Abuja and in Lagos. You have seen the imposition of Janjaweed slaves in our land, especially in Imo State. You can see the blood of your children being spilled in Ebonyi State. You can see what is happening in Benue. You are aware of the plight of Biafrans in Delta. Only D is knowledgeable about what your children are passing through at this very critical period in our history. Therefore, we ask you, O Heavenly Lord, to hear our cry and come to our mercy, because all honor and glory is yours. It doesn't belong to us. Everything that we do is at your direction from heaven itself. We have no strength. We have no power. Sometimes courage deserts us, but you continue to renew us with hope every blessed day, that these very fights to bring down your kingdom from heaven to this very earth, in the center of the universe itself, in the center of Biafra, is that which you ordained and that which must come to pass in our time. Therefore I ask thee, O Lord God in heaven, to have mercy upon your children, to give us the grace, the wisdom, the fortitude, the intelligence, the understanding, to assimilate that the message, this very message, you give to us continually, that in the end our enemies may flee and Biafra will come. We shall rebuild your temple at Arochukwu that the Vandals destroyed, that your name, O Elohim, will be praised, adored, worshipped, revered forever and ever, we pray. He say, this evening we preach this very gospel as vindication of everything we have ever said. From the beginning we have said it, and we have continued to say it, that Biafra must be restored, that there is no basis. I repeat, there are no basis. I reiterate, there can never be any basis for the existence of the damnable zoological republic. Nigeria is a blot, it is a shame on the conscience of everybody who is reasonable enough to understand the organic nature of nation formation and state creation. We are going to start this program this evening with a very measured analysis of two people, because we have made headway in the United States of America. The zoo have gone, as they have always done in the past, to bribe some efulefus, to convince some idiots who cannot reason properly, to be campaigning for the zoo called Nigeria in the USA, because we made it public that if you are a Biafran in the United States of America, you must identify yourself as a Biafran. Because of that, the Zoological Republic had to go to the USA to sponsor people to ask you in your ignorance to endorse Nigeria. Therefore, this evening, based on that very erroneous message, that very distorted view of history, based on the ignorance they continually exhibit, this evening I shall dissect the zoo to let the world understand that anybody who believes in Nigeria, anybody who rises up and says he or she is a Nigerian, that person is worse than a monkey, is worse than a baboon in the zoo. I want to prove it not through any of my theories nor postulations, by what somebody else said who is learned, enlightened, and educated. That the world may know, that we are justified in seeking the termination of the zoo, that we are justified when we say that the reason why the Fulani terrorists are all over the place, bombing and killing people every blessed day without the Western media reporting it, is because you inhabit Nigeria. The reason why people die prematurely, the reason why there is no light, no hospitals, no good roads, no schools, people are dying of hunger, is because you inhabit Nigeria. The reason why people continue to die needlessly, the reason why we drown in the Mediterranean, the reason why we shrivel and dehydrate in the desert is because of Nigeria. The reason why there is corruption, the reason why there is impunity, the reason why there is so much hatred, the reason why there is so much internecine strife and destruction of lives and properties in that damnable geological space is because of Nigeria. The reason why people are backwards is because of Nigeria. And it must come to an end. It has to come to an end. If the zoo does not come to an end, it will bring all of our lives to an end, I assure you. It will. I said, allow me to repeat.
Biafra land, Mazi Chukwuemeka di shike ni jikwa fo, ojo fogana,
Chukwuemeka, woko biama, olumekelegi, biji tekelegi, Biafrans got talent tekelegi, izuru keme. Ebi we putara onwegi nonyere Mazi When I see your consistencies, I feel much relieved, cause Biafrans really believed in you. And your commitment over our motherland, that is our only strength. Nkamere, Ipob wanili, Hanasio.
When our director was in detention, he had to struggle for 2 years accounting. No matter the intimidation, he could run in when they get a copy Jamafi her jaw. Mopuna got in Bendy on the bagging bookuru. He made a copy gid the jaw, Makimi hanging a jaw, Ibumuke de Jamba, Mazi Chukwuemeka.
Chukwuemeka.
onye na-eme ka ekwe na-akpọ ya eziokwu ka iji n'ike nga n'ọfọ eyiwa m ha ochemefọ tụtụ gaga kpọkpọ nke n'ịbọlabọ akwa gị nyelu m obi si ike n'ife ya dị bụ Biafra ya bịa lele kedu maka odogwu Nnamdi Kanu onye isi anyị ya ọ na-ekpọlụ akpọ.
I thank God that we have you, cause you made us believe in you. You promised to take us to the promised land. Biafra land is my motherland. Nnamdi Kanu, uche me for. Iye di kunu ya bi kakola.